So I wanted to end on an email. It was a nice email, but it ends with a question that has truly, really gotten into my head the last couple of days, and I would really like to engage you on it. It comes from Taylor. What would win in a fight, a tank or a billion babies? We felt we need to clarify the parameters regarding this topic, such as, do the babies ever age? Yes. What is the... They started... I asked some follow-up questions. They start at 3 months old. What is the ultimate goal of the battle? The babies to overtake the tank or the tank to be the last one standing? Do the babies have unlimited amounts of provisions? Yes. Does the tank run on an unlimited supply of ammo? Also yes. My own husband and I have fallen on opposite sides of this debate for years, so I come to you today in a request for help and guidance in ending this decade-long debate once and for all. So I ask your opinion. In a fight, what would win, a tank or a billion babies? We also realize the morbidity of this discussion and hope that you'll not see us as completely awful and terrible human beings. Theoretically, we'd like to hear your thoughts on the matter. I absolutely love children and babies. Yeah. A billion babies would be 3 times the number of people that exist in the United States right now.
Where are they? Like, what is are they in a room? Are they like squunched up in like a gym? Or
let's just say
are they outdoors?
Let's just say it's outdoors in a field.
A field of battle. A field of baby versus...
Correct, yes.
Versus tank battle.
A billion is so many babies.
Right.
It really just gets to the point where you start to have to try to figure out how long would it take the tank to dispose of babies, because would the babies age enough to be able to take over the tank while the tank was disposing of the babies?
Well, so, I mean, at what age do the babies know what the job is?
If you took a normal baby that lived in a house and said, well, when is this baby ever going to learn to, like, catch a fish? Baby might never be able to learn to catch a fish with its hands. But you put a baby out in the wild and it needs to catch a fish, maybe the baby catches the fish. So maybe...
No.
Okay.
No, that baby dies. The baby would die. If you leave a baby out near a lake and just put a sign there that says there's fish here, the baby's going to die. There's no chance of the baby being just like summoning the will to sort of know the knowledge.
Well, then but humans survived.
We are straying from the ultimate goal. In my mind, it would take the babies years. Is there a human even like overseeing the process that's sort of like waiting, 2 years at least to tell the babies like, hey, get it? They're not engaged.
Well,
you have to imagine that the tank with unlimited ammo that could, roll over the babies and also shoot at them is far more focused on the task than these disparate billion babies that are playing with each other. There's no way that the babies are like deciding to attack a tank instead of playing with the other babies that are around. Or just sort of wailing by themselves.
Not first question, but the question you really have to know the answer to is how long does it take the tank to kill 500 million babies?
I don't think that long, in the idea of there is unlimited ammo plus like rolling over, which is obviously disgusting to think about, but we're in the fantasy world here. If it's in a room and the idea is, because a billion is obviously a lot. If it's in a room and the babies are just like, the weight of the babies are just like coming down on this tank, and eventually it just like smushes or something.
But room couldn't hold a billion babies.
Well, exactly. But it'd have to be a huge room. There wouldn't be a billion babies in rooms indoors or outdoors. So like if the size of babies over tank, I think, is a factor. But if we're saying they're just in the wild and they're just crawling wherever the fuck they want, in my mind, like as much as I want to give it to the baby, I just don't think that there's no defense. It would not take 6 years for one tank with unlimited ammo to kill that many babies. It would take, I would say, if there's no need to sleep, if we're just saying straight up time, I think a tank could kill a billion babies in like 6 months.
No, I don't think so. Tanks don't move fast.
Yeah, but I mean, if the babies are all in one place, you don't need them to move fast. You just need to like shoot at a location. But even if they're one shot at a location probably kills, or at least fatally wounds, a ton.
even if they're spread out, and I don't know the answer to this, but even if they're spread out, not on top of each other, how much space does a billion babies take up?
Quite a lot, for sure. It feels like mowing. It's like mowing a lawn. Like the babies are not providing resistance, and so how long would like a big tank take to however many a billion babies is an acre? Divide that space wise.
I don't think I can Google that.
No, it's a lot. I want to give it to the babies because of a billion is a lot, but it's hard to imagine it. The defenses of the babies are nothing. And I just feel like ultimately, even if it takes a while, even if it takes, I think I said 6 months, even if it takes 3 years, they're still going to win.
I didn't ask her this, and Elliot at work asked me, is it possible that the babies underneath could junk up the tank and make it so the tank couldn't like move?
Mm-hmm.
Like could the tank get stuck in baby? But
sure.
I don't think so. They're made to do that, It seems unlikely. So you're going with the tank.
I just think you have to. I just can't see of a scenario in which the babies win.
I think my real question is, I think this takes longer than anyone is giving it credit for. Do you think 100,000 5-year-olds could beat a tank?
100,000? That's
Yes.
a lot less than a billion. That's a lot
I know,
less than a billion.
But I'm just saying 100,000 5-year-olds, could they beat a tank?
What's the biggest stadium? How much does the biggest stadium hold?
Like if you get a big college stadium is like 100,000.
Okay. So like Coliseum at SC.
Yeah. I think that's 93 or something.
Versus the tank. I think the tank still.
Okay.
Especially if they're seated in the stadium, they're all running. I think like it's pretty easy to like shoot like one section at a time. You're really getting it pretty good. Realistically, how many 5-year-olds could even be injuring the tank at one time? To me, it's like 100, maybe, because most of them are going to be standing from the outside, unless they're like throwing.
Unless they just swarm it, all just get on top.
But how many? But what would they do?
If there were 20,000 babies on top of a tank, I don't think
that the tank
move.
could hold 20,000 babies. There's not enough surface area for them all.
Right. So when they could just the tank wouldn't even be able to move.
Well, the babies would never be able to coordinate amongst themselves to do that.
5-year-olds could.
5-year-olds maybe could.
I'm really sorry to Taylor. I don't know the answer yet. Mike is pretty sure it's the tank.
I'm pretty sure it's tank. And I'm pretty sure tank beats 100,000 5-year-olds too. Because the tanks are built to withstand, like, stuff.
I keep thinking
and the things that the babies
this.
and the 5-year-olds are giving them, it's just not. I don't think it would wound them.
There's simply
the
no
argument
way
to be made
Google
of like maybe you grind up and get in the gears and stuff, and you stop moving, and you have to sort of just like turn the gun manually. But it's tough.
Just to shine the light.